As a parent, it's our job to make sure the next generation has a solid foundation and are financially sound. It's our job to make sure that we use every resource available to make sure that our kids have the best start in life possible. With custodial accounts, we can do just that. With custodial accounts, we can invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds on the behalf of our children. If you haven't started a custodial account yet, stick around for the video and you might learn a thing or two on why you should start one. We should be breeding the next millionaires. Let's get into the video. What's up, guys? It's your boy Ty. I'm coming to y'all. Today is the last day of being off. Alright, so I've been off and I've been able to give you guys a lot of content because I just had a new addition to the family, as you guys should know already. And I was able to, put out a lot of content because I've been home. And the new little one, he sleeps and eats. But I'm going back tomorrow. So the last day, I started thinking about the future, how I have two sons and I want them to be very well off. I got a few things in place that I'm pretty sure that by the age of 30, 40, my sons have the potential to be like millionaires if I keep up my investing and make sure that I give them the game. I myself, maybe I might reach $1 million one day. I don't see it too far off, but I still have things I have to get and I still have things to provide to them. So maybe me as a parent, I might not get there, but my sons, my children, our children, we should want them to do better than we have been doing, better than we did. And I definitely am putting things in place so they're going to be very well off. And that's where I started thinking about custodial accounts. I already have a custodial account for my first son. We're about to make another one. And with these custodial accounts, you can definitely make a big difference in where your child is when they turn, where your child will be when they turn 18. Are they going to be needing for anything? Are they going to be struggling to pay for college? Will they be able to, go to that car lot and get a beat down car, a used car, and it might last them a couple years, car repairs like I had to do, in my life? Or will they be able to go to the lot and get a brand new car and have that for the duration of their life? And that's something that you set up for them, a means of transportation, and they set for life, So custodial accounts are definitely a way to do this. And what I got up here right now is the 3 stocks that I held in my custodial account, for my first one. But this account has been doing great. But let me show you guys what a custodial account can do if you start investing in one right away. So I did a video a while back about building generational wealth, and this right here is a chart that shows if you start investing $50 once your child is born and put it into a custodial account, put it in the stock market, and you keep doing that all year, and the market grows just 10%, which is the bare minimum. A lot of investments beat this 10%. You guys know a lot of you guys should be in the stock market now, but most stocks can grow a little past 10%, but this is a breakdown on if everything grows 10%. By the time your child is 18, they will have $119,000. And that's not even including some of the dividends they might acquire while they're building this wealth, while you're building this wealth in that custodial account. But man, you have the potential to set them up for success for real. And don't let them know a little bit about investing. Heck, it could be a new crypto. They could go put that 100,000 in something and it explodes. But anyway, you can have money for college. You can have money for, like I said, cars. And it depends on where they're at in life. They might actually want to go buy their first small house, and build off wealth like that. But if you set them up and by the time they're 18, they have $119,000, and this is the minimum. This is the bare minimum they would get if you put $50 a week away from them. Bare minimum, $119,000. That's a hell of a start. Hell of a start for any child, any kid. Hell of a start by the time they're 18. And you don't have to even worry about like paying college, because everybody knows college is great, right? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I didn't go to college, all right, and I'm pretty decent. I went straight into the workforce. But I looked at college back then, my family, we weren't the wealthiest family. So I'm like, do I go in debt? We already don't have money, My family already doesn't have money. My income is already helping with the household needs. So do I go in debt? Or, do I just go in the workforce? So a lot of kids, they have that in their head when deciding do they go to college or not. It'd be great if your kid doesn't even have to worry about who goes in debt trying to go through school. If you go ahead and build this wealth out for them, they can make better decisions and actually maybe go to the profession they want to go to. Like most kids, if they want to be a doctor, they're like, oh man, that's a lot of money for schooling. If they already have this in their pocket, they can go do whatever they want to do and not acquire all that debt. All right, so just definitely something to look into. And that's what custodial accounts are for, building that wealth out for your child. So let's take a look at a few options for custodial accounts. So I'm on Merrill Edge. Merrill, a Bank of America company, is a Bank of America partner, and they work with Bank of America, and they have custodial accounts. It's just one of them. No, I'm not paid, or I don't have any referral links. If you click them, I'm gonna get paid. This is just me doing a video solely because we need to make sure we build wealth for the next generation. All right, so Merrill is one of them, and there's also a decent one with Charles Schwab, but I want to point out a few things real quick. So custodial accounts, you invest on behalf of a minor for any future expense. Set aside money to pay for education or any expense that benefits a child. Funds in the account are considered a permanent gift that becomes the child's asset once he or she reaches age of termination. So when you invest in these custodial accounts, you can't get that money back. All right, so you giving your child money or stocks, whatever you putting into this custodial account, you giving it to them, and there's no take backs. I know a lot of parents out there like to dip into their child's funds and their children's funds. You can't do that with a custodial account. You're really solely just giving your child money or assets that's in their name. That's in their name until they're 18. So it's definitely beneficial to building generational wealth. You're solely giving that child money. So, or stocks. So you got the UGMA and UTMA. I want to show y'all what's the difference in the two. Both do basically the same thing. So a UGMA Pop-ups. It stands for Uniform Gift to Minors Act. So it's Uniform Gifts to Minors. And then the other one is a Uniform Transfer to Minors Act. And the biggest difference is, all right, let's go down real quick, because they both are the same, but with one, the purpose is a custodial account is used for support purposes with the gift to minors. All right, the same is said for the transfer to minors, but it has some other purposes. So with the transfer to minors, you can transfer life insurance, you can transfer patents, you can transfer real estate, you can transfer cars, along with money and stocks. All right, and then with the Uniform Gift to Minors Act, it's solely stocks, bonds, and money. Things that's going to be in this brokerage account. So the universal transfer to minors is a little more advanced for those that want to give their child a little more than just stocks and money and bonds. If you got land, if you got cars or something you want to sign over to them, that's what that's for. But it all depends on what state you're in too. One is better for each state, so you got to see what state you're in. All right. Now I'm flipping to Charles Schwab, and again we're gonna go over the custodial account on Charles Schwab. So I went from Merrill to Charles Schwab, but both are custodial accounts and they do the same thing. I just want to show y'all that I'm not really biased to which one. Like I say, if you bank with Bank of America, maybe you want to look towards the Bank of America one, because maybe it can give you some of those preferred rewards that they have. All right, so I'm going through the Charles Schwab one real quick. I like how they laid it out. So with a custodial account is no contribution limits. Of course, you got support. You're going to have basically a brokerage account. If you have a brokerage account now, you're going to have a brokerage account, and you're going to be able to put money in and invest into several things. For a child under the age of 19 considered a dependent at the end of the year, the first $2,200 of the child's unearned income is tax-free. So when you make these accounts, let's say you have a big amount in there and they're acquiring dividends and earning money on and earning income in that brokerage account, you don't have to pay taxes on it until it crosses that $2,200 mark. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you guys, letting y'all know what's out here. And if you need financial advice, make sure you seek it, especially when it comes to these taxes. All right. And you receive no gift tax incurred for contributions up to $15,000. And if you're a couple, it's 30. That doubles. So it's $30,000. All right. So of course, the amounts over that $2,200 threshold will be taxed at the parent's tax rate. Make sure you view the understanding the kiddie tax. Make sure you go through that, to get the taxes. Please note all assets are held in the child's name. So again, once you give that child some money, once you put money into that brokerage account, you can't get it out. All right. Once you put stocks into transfer some stocks over, you can't transfer them out, but you can put it in. All right. Unless they're 18 or is for educational purposes. Not sure the paperwork you will have to fill out, but say you about to go to an academy, signing them up for an academy or school, I'm pretty sure it's some documentation you will probably have to fill out and send in so you could withdraw that money or those assets so you can take care of that child's needs. But if it isn't for the child, you ain't getting the money back. So make sure that when you put the money in these accounts, you are good with, that's that child's money. That's that child's asset. which you should be, because we're building wealth. That's what parents do. We're building for our children. A custodial account is an irrecoverable. A custodial account is not recoverable. It's a gift that, of course, you can't get back. Any funds used prior to the age of majority must be used for the sole benefit of the minor. I just went over all of that. All the benefits of our popular Schwab One brokerage. So again, it's a straight brokerage account. You can buy and sell stocks, mutual funds, ETF, and other securities. You can take advantage of potential long-term growth. And I say with Schwab because, like I said, you can buy mutual funds and everything. You can set aside money for your retirement or your child's retirement or other goals like college tuition or a down payment. Gain access to investment, research tools, and strategies. And then most of these custodial accounts are free. And I said free, meaning they have no fees. Minimum opening deposit, maintenance fees 0, online stock and ETF commission 0. Of course it's 0 because when you put money in these accounts, you can't get them out. So whoever you are with, they set for like 18 years, 25 years. And I like Charles Schwab because you can do stock slices with Charles Schwab. So that's something. So that's the rundown on these custodial accounts. Sorry if I mumbled through a few things, but hey, I just want to put y'all on game. Now back to the 3 stocks that I hold in my custodial account. All right, so I only have 3 stocks, and that account is doing great. It's doing great. I know it's gonna grow. And the first stock, the heaviest stock that I have in that portfolio is the Fidelity Quality Factor ETF. So the Quality Factor ETF tracks an index of fundamentally selected large and mid-cap U.S. companies that are weighted according to a tiered scheme. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good ETF. Its main sector is technology, followed by financial services, and then you look at the top holdings. You got Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Nvidia, Meta Platforms, Berkshire Hathaway, Home Depot, United Health, Johnson & Johnson, Visa. All great names, right? All great names. And these are companies that I believe are going to be around a long time, because you got to remember, you're investing into stocks or ETFs for 18 years. So you definitely got to think about the long run. Right now, the Fidelity Quality Fidelity Quality Factor ETF is booming. All right, and it's ticker FQAL, and it's booming. It's booming. It so far had almost a 30% growth. And I don't have to worry about this. It's hands-free. I just keep investing, put my buy the stock, buy the shit, ETFs, and just let it do what it do. You don't have to think about making too many moves. You can just invest into this ETF for your child and don't worry about it. All right, that's what this is, that type of ETF. And that's what you kind of want to do when you got the custodial accounts anyway. And then I also have a couple small cap REITs. So we talking about an investment that's going to last 18 to 21 years. Dividends. I want to make sure I got some dividends going into my child's portfolio, because, man, they're going to be raking in dividends for 18 years. 18 years. All right, y'all know ACRE. ACRE, Areas Commercial Real Estate. I hold a good position in them. Not too much. It's not my biggest position in a REIT, but they're pretty solid. They give a decent dividend, pay a nice dividend. Dividend yield is 8.33 killer dividend, and on Robinhood is a buy rating of 83%. And the next one is my favorite REIT, my most popular, my favorite REIT, the REIT I have the most in, and it is EPRT, Essential Properties Realty Trust. It has been jumping out the gym, and it's a small cap REIT. And thing with this, it IPO'd not too long ago, 2018, and it's been going. It's been going. I still think this REIT has plenty more growing to do. And yeah, 74% is my best performing REIT. As you guys can see, I got a decent amount in that REIT. And as I said, my return is 45%. But in other portfolios, it has gained this 74% because I've been investing into it for a while. But in my gain winning portfolio, of course, I keep adding to that position. All right. And it has a buy rating of 86% on Robinhood. So yeah, that's the positions that I hold in the custodial account. And make sure you check them out. All right, if you don't take nothing away from here, you can look at whatever stocks you want to look at, but definitely start a custodial account for your child. If you're a parent, I mean, it'd be beneficial, way beneficial. I know I wish I had somebody start one for me when I was a child, so I would have been well off. All right. So again, we're building wealth for the future. We're building wealth for our kids. As a parent, it's our job to do so. I appreciate y'all checking me out. Again, it's Ty. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And come back and see me. I got plenty to talk about. Thanks.